everybody. You know me, I like to be prepared and jump on a little bit early just to make sure that everything's working. So let me know if you see me, please. Hi. Live at 5. I'm starting a few minutes early, and just because I like to make sure the connection is good. Hello, Bev. And also because, as you can see, I'm not in my guest bedroom. I'm in my bedroom because there's a guest in my guest bedroom. Desiree's actually in the other room. She's doing some. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Donna. Hi, Wendy. The featured cocktail, Wendy. It was simply light lemonade with a little bit of coconut rum. So it was delish. It was delish. I almost made another glass, but you guys, I have a lot of questions to get through. Wendy. Hi, Raider. I have a lot of. Hi, Sissy Miller. Thank you, sweetheart. Hi, Jessie. Thank you. Hi, Karen. Oh, you did? Okay. Let me know who. I almost had a drink, Wendy. This was my point. But you guys got down to business with these questions. And some of them have me blushing, but that's okay. I promised you I would answer them, and I'm going to do my best. Hi, Dan. I'm going to do my best to answer all your questions. So Desiree is here. She got me this necklace. I got her, we have matching butterfly rings. Hi, Jennifer. So this is a Hamsa, and this is for protection. And she knows me so well. I knew it the second I opened the box. And of course, we had our little love fest. We met a couple of my friends late last night to hang out. Hi, Elizabeth from Rhode Island. Oh my gosh. I love roadie. I'm a roadie girl, Elizabeth. You know this then. I hope you do. I am. I'll let you know that. We didn't do any dancing, Wendy. Maybe tonight. I feel like my friend Shamita's coming. Shamita, are you watching? Shamita gets mad at me when I do my lives and she doesn't know about it. But Shamita's coming over at 6. So this is why I started a few minutes early, because I wanted to answer all your questions. Hi, Donna from Virginia. And hello, Donna above her, Donna Fagan. You do know that, Elizabeth. Thank you. I missed another question. You met Lisa Mason. Her name is Linda Long. I met her on Lisa Mason's page. Oh my gosh, cool. That's so cool. So you met some friends. Like, I love that. Hi, Colleen from Vegas. I don't have my big wide brim hat, Kyle. I left it in the car. I'm sorry. Hi, Terry. And I almost brought one of my wine sticks. Maybe when Des is on a work call, maybe I'll have her bring me one. She loved them, by the way. She loved them. I brought this, they're called skinny freezers. Did anybody find them? Skinny freezers, and I brought her the one that was mimosa or rosini. I had it in a cooler, and when I picked her up at the airport last night, I had it for her as a treat. Hello, Jim. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Terry. Science Hill, Kentucky. Okay. Never heard of Science Hill. So I'm in my bedroom. Des is in the guest bedroom. She says she feels totally at home. I'm going to go through your questions, Colleen. I see yours. I am doing okay. Thank you, Fami. All right. So I don't know if these are in the right order. I was jotting them down. Wait, let me make sure my connection's good. I see my computer fading. All right, here we go. We'll get started. And you can ask some along the way, but I tried to condense these, but I love that you guys wrote. I even brought some props because some of you asked me about my skincare. There's all things. So we'll get to it. You want me to get to it? Is it 5? 5:02. Let's get to it. Shall we? Okay. Sissy is wonderful. Sissy Miller, and is a nice fan on this page. Sissy asked if I will have chats outside of branding. Okay, so this is going to be, I'm going to talk about this a little bit throughout, but I will, Sissy. I'm going through my own rebrand right now which another question was asked about that, and I'll get to it. So right now I'm just really trying to focus on making this more about the business and branding and what I do, and you'll get to just know a different side of me. I think sometimes when I share too much of my personal stuff, that's when I'm subject to more criticism. I'm still subject to criticism, aren't we all? But I just mean, I think I felt like I was bit too much by that snake of trying to share my personal life. Maybe you guys didn't all see it, but I would get messages. And I'm at a place in my life where I just don't want to invite that in anymore. And so it makes me hesitant to share too much. That's a weak spot for me. I have to be honest. I'm trying to be brave and bold and dynamic, bold, confident, but some days it's just hurtful. So I feel as though if I focus on what I do well, that I have experience and I have schooling and I have education, that not people can criticize, but I also know that I do have a voice in this area. So I think it makes me feel more confident for right now. Thank you, Sissy. Oh, okay, I understand. Nice. Thank you, Sissy. You're so sweet. Hi, Patti from Bend, Oregon. All right. Find your safe zone first. Yes, totally get it. Thank you, Karen. It's just been a comfort level. Like even someone tonight asked about something that was on the internet, and my mom jumped in, and I'm like, Mom, it just comes with the territory. I don't know what to say, and it's not like I'm a big deal. I'm just saying, but it just comes with the territory. But sometimes it still hurts. Okay. Oh, you do love when I show my recipes, Donna. Oh my gosh. Okay, Donna, remind me please, because I did make a really good salad tonight for Des. It's in the fridge, and I left her a little note because I don't know how long we're going to go here. My friend Shamita is coming, but I did make a really good salad you might like. Hi, Cindy Howe from Seattle. That's where my friend Shamita is from. Go Seahawks, she says. Denise from Georgia. Donna, you're in Durham, North Carolina. Wow, Donna. Let's send you love. Love and light, Hamsa protection. Donna, my goodness. Be your cheerleader. Okay, so let's see. The next question, Wendy. This is from Wendy. I didn't write all your last names because I didn't want to throw out all your business, but people can see. Wendy, if you could narrow it down to one thing or change you made that made the biggest difference in where you are today, what would that be? Okay, this is a very interesting story because I think I mentioned to you yesterday that I wasn't very good at school. I didn't want to go to college, but my parents told me if I didn't go to college, because I wanted to take a year off. My parents told me at the time, if I did not go to college right away out of high school, which I barely graduated, by the way, as a reminder, that they wouldn't pay for it after that. And I knew enough, I was smart enough, believe it or not, to know that if I took that year off and they didn't pay for it, I would never go, right? If they didn't pay for it after that. So I went to college and I took all the wrong courses. My parents were like, you should just be a teacher. You get the summers off. And I was following other people's guidance. So the answer to this question, Wendy, is when I started to trust my own instinct. When I started to trust the voice inside of me that was saying, I love and respect teachers, but I'm not one. That's not for me. It's for my sister. My sister's an art teacher. It's for my aunt. My aunt's a teacher. I have two aunts that are teachers, but it wasn't for me. And it wasn't until I started to not only listen, the biggest piece here, Wendy, is when I started to trust that voice inside of me that was saying, this is out of alignment, this isn't you. And this will come up in another question too. That's when I started to behave and make decisions differently. So then when I was at URI, that's where I graduated, I enrolled in speech communication and I thrived. Because I loved like Martin Luther King. I loved like those amazing orators. And I got into the speech communication department and most people thought, well, you want to be a journalist. And I didn't want to be a journalist because I didn't want to talk about bad news. But I got into speech communication theater. I got a lead and role in a play. I thrived in the history department. So it was just very different. You have to listen and trust yourself. And I know that's a difficult thing to do. But that's how that happened. She also said, what is your skincare routine? Your skin looks like silken butter. Okay, so thank you. First of all, I love this stuff right here. And I actually left it out last night in the bathroom for Des to give it a try. It's called Lotion P50V. It's from Biologique Recherche. I don't know, it's French or something, you guys. I love it. It smells like vinegar. I love it. I've also been using, my friend Sue Devitt sent me her Artisan Luxe. This is actually the Dynamic Cell Recovery Serum. I love it because it's so light. But this is what I've been using. See this? Patti Riley EGF Serum. Oh, okay. So I've been using that. Then I swear by this treatment for my lips at night. Love it. Oh, thank you, Colleen. Desi. So that's what I've been using. And I exfoliate regularly. And I'm a member at Lux Med Spa in Buckhead. So I've just never not gone without treatments for my skin. I consider it part of health. I don't look at it as an extravagant. I treat my skin like I would if I were sick. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep up with it. So I use the Clairsonic, not every day, but maybe once or twice a week. I do face masks. I believe in exfoliating. I have an enzyme peel that I'm creating too. That's down the road. So there's that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this came up quite a few times, and I'm going to read Shirley's question, but also Donna did ask it, and Donna and Candy asked it as well. So Shirley, Donna, Candy. How did you change your body so drastically when you were on QVC? I have the same build and would love to change that. And then she's so sweet. She put, sorry if this offended you, but I would be forever grateful if you see it in your heart to share. First of all, it doesn't offend me. And I just love that you were so sweet about your approach with asking me. That was very kind, the way that you did it. And I respect that and I adore you for it. So here's the thing. Listen, it's no surprise. Obviously, I was on TV. I started off a certain size. I ballooned up. There are lots of reasons why that possibly happened to me that I've really not shared, and I didn't think I was going to, but right now I'm going to. Okay, so I struggle with anxiety. You have to understand, I went from a job it was definitely an overnight job. I was working in a casino, which that comes up with another question down the road. Here's what I'm going to say. Let me just get to the point. I had to go on an antidepressant. Yeah. And, just sharing that. This was right at the beginning of QVC, and it definitely, I started to put on weight. I noticed that right away. I'm not saying that that's why. I certainly didn't have the best eating habits. My routine was off, but I definitely struggled with anxiety with the hours. It was a very demanding job, and definitely more so in the beginning. And I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that's why I gained weight. I became unhealthy, but I'm just saying I noticed things started to shift. And then there was one day, and it really was one day, because I used to never watch myself played back on Q because I knew I was a big girl and I knew that I didn't look or feel the way I wanted to. I knew I'd put on weight. It wasn't a surprise. I got inundated with ruthlessly rude emails from people, and yeah, it was hurtful and it was awful. And so I hid, and I just wore black all the time, and I covered myself whenever I was on a set that enabled me to hide behind a piece of furniture or take a pillow and cover my body. I don't know. I was trying to do the best I could. I was on TV. And then one day I just woke up, and I had just hit a size 12. And that's, for me, I'm only 5'4". That was the biggest I'd ever been. And that was it. I just woke up, and I realized, that was barely fitting me. I have to change. I did it. Remember that voice I said? Trust your voice. I did it. And then I started to, this became my best friend. I used this. I would put, at the time, and again, I'm not saying this is healthy, but I would put goldfish crackers in here or nuts. I wouldn't fill this whole thing with nuts, or pretzels. I would never walk into a room with a bag of anything. I portion controlled. I started working out at a 24-hour gym because obviously my hours were all over the place. And even if I knew I only had 20 minutes, my first machine was the stair stepper, the one that's looks like a mountain, like that, like a hill, and it rotates. That's what I started. I started on my own and was just doing it on my own. But even if I only had 20 minutes to spare, because everything was adjusting for me. I'd never been on TV before. Everything was new. And so I would have these little pockets of time, and I would go and I would do 20 minutes. And I wouldn't say, oh, I only have 20 minutes, I'm not going to do it. I would say, I have 20 minutes, go do it. And that's how it started. And then I started to, one of the women that works at QVC, she worked at a gym that was like a one-on-one coaching, and I signed up for that. And then, just like anything else, once I started to lose some weight, which did happen at first very quickly, because especially when you put on quite a bit, and I've never, I don't know, it happened pretty quickly. I just started to get so into it, and it did become addicting. And I always found a reason to work out or to take walks or to eat healthier and not eat the cookies that were in the green room or the bags of chips that they left for the guests. I would bring my snacks. And then when I would get off the air at 3 a.m., now you have to remember, you have to be really energetic, even if I was on the air from 1 to 3 a.m. So what do you usually do? You grab like a coffee and typically something to eat, because your body's telling you need the energy. And so equally, when I would get off the air, I would be hungry. I would leave a little baggie of nuts or beef jerky in my car so that I wouldn't go home and do that purge thing. And so those were the tips I can offer you. And it was just extreme self-discipline. And that's what it was. And so even now, I told you I put on some weight with COVID. I'm trying to get back to daily walking 10,000 steps a day and just eating better. I made a watermelon salad, a cucumber and tomato salad in the kitchen. And I'm trying, but it's not that I don't indulge. I certainly do. Okay, I went way too long on that. But anyway, I hope that helps. Because she was saying that she's the same shape as me. Yes, and I still have thick legs and calves, and I always will. Because even when I was super thin at Q, I'm still thick on the bottom. It's my shape. Got to embrace it. At least I'm healthy, right? So thank you, Donna. She said, you're so beautiful. Thank you. I hope that answered your question. I'm going to try to look. Well, you're 6 feet tall. Drink of water there, Sally. Oh, thank you, Jan. And being healthy is the most important. Karen, that's fine. I'm just saying, for me, that wasn't okay for me. And you could see it on TV. Do you know what I mean? So now I would say I was going to say I'm a 4. On a good day, I'm a size 4, but I don't mind it. I'm just saying, and I don't mean, like, again, it's all personal, you guys. It's all personal where you feel you're most comfortable. Okay, let's go. Karen, always loved you on Q. Karen, I think this is you. You asked me a bunch of questions, Karen. So happy to find you again. Thank you. And she said, thank you for sharing your struggles with all of us who can relate. What did you do before, and where did you live before QVC? Okay, so let me answer that question. I was born and raised primarily in Rhode Island, but I told you I'd moved like over 17 times. But right before Q, I had just bought, believe it or not, like a year before, bought my first house at an auction on the sidewalk. Like, we couldn't even go in the house. Have you ever done one of those? It was a 2-bedroom, tiny 1-bath ranch. I called it my stick of butter because it was this yellow. I love yellow. And I had borrowed $3,000 from the good graces of my grandmother and my aunt. I was working at their sawmill. Yes, my mom's parents owned a sawmill. My dad's parents owned a nursing home. So I was around a lot of interesting people and had a lot of diversity growing up, and it was really cool. They let me borrow $3,000 because that's the cash I needed to provide. And I was there with these like experienced bidders, like when you see that Flip or Flop or whatever her name is, Christina and Tart, and they bid. That's what it was, and I won. And I bought the house for $62,000 and had it completely gutted and redone, and then got the job at Q and sold it for twice as much a year later. There it is. Okay, so, and at the time I was, I was working 4 jobs. I was working part-time at my grandparents' sawmill. I was cleaning houses because I was trying to save money and redo this house. So I was cleaning houses. I was working as a training specialist at Foxwoods Resort Casino, where my good friend Wendy, that you see constantly on here, she was my mentor. And we actually did leadership and team building training sessions. It's not like I trained the dealers to deal. I was training on like management and team building, and I loved it. I loved it. We would do lesson plans. I thrived. I love poster board. I love smelly markers. That's why I'm such a neat freak with my book, which just came in. The author copies I'm promising you. Anyway, I'm going way too long on these questions, I feel like. I'm sorry. Okay. Am I? Okay. Jean by Skin Pen. Oh, wait. Let's see. I always thought highly of you. Thank you, Kathy. As a result of, Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, hi. Yes, Wendy, I'm your mentee. I love my Wendy. She calls me her little one. Okay, Karen, let's see. Oh, no. Yeah, Karen. Why did you decide to go to Q? Okay, so for Foxwoods, we were, they wanted to make the training videos available in the hotel rooms. There were certain videos that they wanted to make available on the TV in the hotel rooms. You know how like when you see like Mario Lopez or something? I mean, I'm just saying, like it was that idea, not that scale. And so they had me do one of the training videos. And one of the guys, when I was doing the training video, said, I'm going to call you One Take Riley. You're only one take and we're good. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I always wanted to be on TV. I just didn't know how. And I don't know, one night, because I had to work all different hours because we had to accommodate the employees of a casino, which is 24/7. I came home and I turned on the TV, and on there was Bill, the guy who unfortunately passed away years ago, but who used to represent Smashbox. He was like the first spokesperson. It was, I think his name was Bill Parks, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that at all. And Lisa Robertson. And I remembered it was I've never seen QVC before. So this was in 1999, you guys. Or 2000, I can't remember. And I remember sitting there like, it was like 3 a.m, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like what? And I knew it wasn't an infomercial, right? I was like, what is happening? Like that gorgeous woman is selling makeup? Is this a job? I did not know, legitimately did not know. And I was like this. I was like, is that person getting paid to do that? And then and it wasn't called Google. I don't know what I did. I went online and found out about QVC. And if you can't even imagine this, they were when I went to the website, they were advertising for open call auditions. And I was like, the universe is like seriously speaking to me. I've always wanted a job where I can talk and shop. There it was. So then I auditioned. Does that answer the question? Okay. And what was I going through to brought you to that place? Well, yeah, I think that I knew I didn't want to stay where I was in that casino environment. I love training. I love coaching. That's why I've kind of held on to that theme throughout my career. I love it. But I don't know. I don't like to stay in one place too long. I want to grow and evolve and learn, and whatever capacity that puts me in. And I wanted to try something new. And, I have a question from somebody, and I loved it. I thought it was so nice. Angela. So I'm going to kind of segue into this. Angela said she's starting. Angela, are you here? Angela says she's starting a new chapter, traveling with her fiance, doing RV repair, which, by the way, Angela, my next dream is I want an Airstream Bambi. Does he repair those, or does he have one used that I could maybe buy for peanuts? I'm just kidding. Do you have any advice for the anxiety that comes with new chapter change, being away from friends and family? Any travel advice is welcome too. Well, I really love that question and can relate to it because you have to understand, I was living in Rhode Island surrounded by family. All my family was there. The sawmill where my grandparents worked and I worked part-time was like 2 miles away. I just bought my first house. I just got my first dog, Piper. Like I was settling into life. This job came up, which meant I knew I would be moving to Pennsylvania, leaving all my family and friends. All I can say is this. It's like that quote from Rocky. If you got a dream, you go out and you get it. You grab it. You get it. Because you know why? You'll find people. Remember, I'm going to smile all the time. I knew I would meet people. I knew I could make a life for myself there. But I just also knew that the alternative was staying in that house, doing the same thing, day after day after day, always yearning and wanting for more. There was my chance to have the more. My chance was in front of me to make it happen. And so I knew it was going to take me away. You guys, I lived by myself there in one of those like Homewood suites with my lab for 4 months by myself, working overnights around the clock, like not even knowing. It was scary. But you have to, it's that faith over fear that people talk about. And having that faith in yourself and in your fiance that that's what you're doing is a dream, right? It's a new chapter. It's a dream. You're going to make new friends. And the other thing was, and we didn't have FaceTime, I had just gotten my first cell phone like the year before that. So it's like, now I think it's much easier, but you have to rely on the support of your friends too. If they say they want to be there and support you, don't dismiss it. Take them up on it. You know, if you need to call them late at night, do it. If you need to hear supportive, encouraging words, I think that's really important too. But trust your instincts. Yes, I agree, Alyssa. The more I'm so stuck, I need to move forward in fear of rejection. There is fear of rejection. I get it. You know, not only did I sell my house a year later, but I also was told I was not promised the job. I got hired. 3 of us got hired at the same time. We were told we have 6 months of, what do you call that? Des, what do you call that 6 months? What is that called? I can't remember the word. I'm so into this conversation right now. You know, on trial or whatever. One of us didn't make it. So I was taking a chance, but I also knew if I didn't do it then, when would I do it? If not now, when? If not you, who? Right, Angela? You go, girl. And travel advice, I would always say keep a toothbrush and toothpaste in your bag and a change of clothes. Although it sounds like you're going to be in an RV. But, you know, I just learned the hard way from traveling all the time on planes is you can never estimate on time arrival, on time departure. Yeah, it's not always on time. So bring snacks, bring healthy snacks, bring the change of clothes, bring a toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant wipes. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Oh, and I love those little cashmere ponchos when I get cold. So those are my essentials. All right, let's see where we are. Kate, how did you choose your brand colors? Oh, this is so cute. Probationary period. Debbie, thank you. Yeah. Oh, you guys are so cute. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Probationary period. All right. Kate, how did you choose your brand colors? My faves are pink, pink, and pink, but I was afraid that was too girly. Okay. So this actually connects with one of the other questions that's here, which was about branding and what branding is all about. So you have to look at your competitive landscape. I am going into coaching and business mentoring, and I was looking at my business mentors in my category, like the Brendan Bouchards of the world, Amy Porterfield, Maria Forleo, people that I really admire and respect. And I knew I wanted a different look than them. My favorite color is aqua blue. That's why everything I have is aqua. That's why the book is aqua. And versions of that, like turquoise, aqua, deeper, more blue, marine blue. I love those shades. And I wanted something that was going to complement that, but because I love pink too, but also be open to genders. Like I didn't want guys to feel weird carrying around like a book with pink. I wanted it to be, so I was thinking about my brand, my business brand and my personal brand. My existing website right now is actually not reflective of me. I am so out of alignment with that. It's pastels. It's got curly, cursive-y things. It's not like I'm not a feminine woman. It's just that's, I don't know, I want a stronger. Remember, I told you my words are bold, dynamic, confident. So I wanted it to reflect that. So I have a fuchsia pink that I use as accent, a bright yellow like this, which is why I wore my brand color with yellow, and it's on the book. And I have a brand color palette and brand fonts because my new assistant was using all these curly fonts. And I was like, no, I have certain brand fonts. So the whole thing, to move into what branding is about, branding is essentially your identity. Like, what do you think of when you see a bullseye? You think of Target? Think of Target, right? So Target has created such a huge brand identity that if you were driving down the freeway and there was a billboard 2 miles up and you saw the bullseye or the red and white, you would instantly know it was Target, right? There's a Target. That's what branding is. It's about that recognition. You want the consistency and the cohesiveness in your brand. Look at my mom, never too old. What is that about? I don't even know what she's responding to. I don't even know. Okay. My mom's on here, you guys. And so it's that brand recognition. So it's whatever it is. I love pink. There's all versions of pink, Kate. So you could do deeper shades of pink. But it's essentially your name, your logo, your design, okay? It's those things like a Coca-Cola can that we could see across the room or in the vending machine and you know right away that's Coke, right? That's what it is. It's that. Or Starbucks, the dark green and the white. And they've actually changed their logo 5 times, and I bet you didn't even know that. Go back and Google Starbucks logo evolution. They've been so subtle about it. So right now I'm going through a rebrand because that was another question. Let me see where that was. Diana. Kayla Simone, I think it was. Oh, silly to feel old. Yes, Mom. I'm 70 and still going strong. Yes, Mom. My mom said to me, Alyssa's 48 years young. That's right. My mom, let me segue real quick. My mom said to me one point, and I was horrified, and I gave my mom a showdown. I was like, no. She was like, my hair is too long. My mom's hair is as long as mine. My hair is too long. And I'm like, what? I think it looks great. Why did you say that? Well, because I feel like people my age, what happened to your girl? Shut down. I was like, what? Don't buy into that. You don't have to have short hair because you're 70. I refuse. Why? I love your hair. You love your hair. Who says that? Who says you can't wear white pants after Labor Day? Who are these people? Line them up. I don't care. That's ridiculous. No, Mom, you keep your long, beautiful, gorgeous hair long. And then she says, I'm going to stop coloring it. Why? Well, because, people my age, do what you want to do. You guys, we buy too much into these concepts. Whose belief and story is it anyway? Okay, that's another Facebook. I gotta move on. Yes, Alyssa, my mom is 67. She has beautiful, long, golden blonde hair. Yes. Mom, wear French braid. Wear pigtails. I don't care. Good Lord. We get fixated on what we think, what society tells us. Society isn't always right, you guys. My goodness. Okay, I'm going to get off on a tangent. All right, Anna, were you married in California? I thought it was so interesting that you said, were you married in California? No, I was not married in California. I was married in Rhode Island when I was 24 for a hot minute, a year and a half. Yes, that did happen. Ask my mama, Vicky. So that didn't work out, obviously. When I was in California, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because this would definitely be a different Facebook that I'm not mentally prepared for right now. I was not in a great relationship. It's why you probably didn't hear or see from me for a long time. I was not in a healthy relationship. It was a verbally and emotionally abusive relationship, and I stayed there for too long, but was not married, thankfully. Do I still speak to Lisa Robertson? Several of you asked this. Renee asked this. Anna asked this. Here's the thing. Lisa Robertson is gorgeous, one of the most gorgeous and elegant women I have ever met. Those are two words I would not use to describe myself. And I say that simply for this. I am in awe of her talent. And we were very friendly at QVC. But sometimes relationships it's just a natural end. It's just run its course. And it's not good. It's not bad. It's just life. I have nothing but admiration and respect for her. She taught me so much. I learned so much from watching her. She made me want to do better. But, when I think of her, those are the two words that come to mind. Gorgeous and elegant. And she had the most amazing work integrity. But it just ran its course, and that's it. It's nothing major. All right, let's see. Donna Terry. Yes, that's right, Donna Terry, and I'm seeing your picture, and you're gorgeous. I mean, come on now. Yes, Alyssa, thank you. I know you, right? You can relate. We've all been in those bad relationships. Okay, let's see. Nicole says, can my parents adopt you as my older sister? Consider it done. Although you might have to have a conversation with Carolyn. She might not say yes to that, but Nicole, I am your older sister. We're good. Carol said, wishing you the best, you're admired, which I thought was lovely. Thank you. Dina, or it's actually Dina or Deanna, so I apologize. I think it's Deanna. Did you ever date the good-looking floral guy on Q? I'm assuming she's talking about Philip Watson. No, I did not. I adored Philip Watson. Nicole's laughing out loud. Okay. Yes, Mary, it's also easier to stay in touch with people when you work together. Who was I closest to at Q? Oh my gosh. Honestly, the models. Crystal and Deanna were like my BFFs, and then also a friend of mine who unfortunately and sadly and tragically passed away last September. Her name is Kristen. I was super close to the models because at Q we were constantly working back to back, because even if I took a vacation, you couldn't really ever take a vacation with a host because of they were covering for you. So I actually befriended many of the models and are still friends with them to this day. So, sister from another mister. And Jen Pierce, well, yeah, my two besties back to back, Des and Jen. Boom, boom, right there. They're on there. Yes. And Jen has been through all of it with me. She's gone through all the highs, the lows, the swoops, the dives, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. Yes. Oh my gosh, she sure has. Okay. Okay, let's see. Monica, what made you leave QVC? Terry asked this, and would you ever go back? Rhonda asked this too. So I want to say your names because I love you and I want to give you some love. Honestly, you know how I talked to you about being on the antidepressants in that early stage. And then I got off them. And then I had to go back on them again. And this is when I was more of a primetime host. And my schedule was becoming more demanding. Sales goals went from that to that. Okay? And you know the saying, you're only as good as your last show? Very true. And the pressure, what happened to me was this. The job became more work than it was fun. And it was taking its toll on me. And my body was responding in ways like if you only knew. There was a really, I don't even want to reveal it right now, but I wasn't healthy. I wasn't sleeping. I actually had to see a psychologist, and he basically, what do you call it, you guys? Sometimes for somebody who's so verbose, sometimes it just completely slips my mind a word. I was diagnosed, the word was diagnosed, as a clinical insomniac. I was on 6 different sleeping pills in the span of 1 month, which as I reflect now, I don't know that was the best medical decisions that were made. My parents, thankfully, were living with me at that time because they were in between houses. They were selling their house in Pennsylvania and moving to Florida. So they were with me for like maybe 6 months. And thank God for that. Thank God for that. Because you guys think about when you think about sleep, right? I couldn't get sleep. I could not sleep. And all of these things were just signs telling me, you're done with this. You did this. You did it to the best that you could. Whatever that is, it's time for you to move on. And I also wasn't thrilled with the weather in Pennsylvania. I had always wanted to move to California. Always. So I just did it. I don't know. That's that. Does that answer that question? Oh, thank you, Desi. It was a lot of pressure. It does do bad things, and you have to listen to your body. And, and it was just it was weird. I hate to talk about it, but like, yeah, I'm not, because it's just not dinner time conversation. But it was bad. I was going through a lot, and it was tearful. It was agonizing to even consider it, obviously. You guys, it was a privileged job. It was a privilege to work with the people I work with. It was a privilege to get the gratis gifts that I got. It was amazing to talk with you guys. Don't think that I loved it. But then when I felt like that wasn't what it was about anymore, when I felt like the pressure was so on, I was constantly being compared to Lisa. That's a fact. It is what it is. You guys saw it. You knew. I got criticized for it. You're trying to be too much like her. I just didn't feel like I was me anymore. That's all it is. But I am forever, forever grateful for that. My whole life trajectory changed because of that experience. Look I'm here now. You're interested in asking me questions. Oh my gosh, I'm lucky. I'm the luckiest girl alive. Like, one of my BFFs is in the next room. I'm a happy person. Okay, let's see. How long have you and Des been friends? We talked about this late last night, and I think we figured it's close to 6 years. And we met when I was hired to coach the IT Cosmetics team, which obviously I no longer work for IT, but I loved working there. But again, I'm just like, I gotta move. I gotta do my own thing, and I love coaching, so I'm making this transition, and thankfully our friendship has thrived. I'm going to have to look at all of your comments because I see them coming in, but I feel like I might not have time to read, live right now, but I will. Okay. I've heard you speak about branding and rebranding. Okay, so Pam, that was your question about the branding. It's basically the identity that you put out there. So right now I'm trying to be that bold, dynamic, confident. That's what I was saying. Assign those 3 words to yourself. And are you living that brand? And is that what people see? And that's what I help businesses do. And a lot of times rebrand comes in every past life. Yes, that's exactly right. Sometimes brands get a little confused and they lose, they fall out of alignment with who they are. And that's actually what happened when I was at Q. I fell out of alignment with who I was. I lost my brand identity when I was at QVC. I didn't feel like Patti Riley. I felt like Patti Riley of QVC. That's what I felt like. I didn't feel like me. It didn't feel authentic anymore. And that's when I knew I had to figure something else out because it wasn't working for me. And a lot of times that happens with companies, especially when you start to add in social media and the demands that are there. Like, this is all new for me too, you know, and then you start to see that doesn't seem like your brand. It's sloppy, maybe like a website, let's say. Like I had this conversation with a client, I was going to say recently, but it was February. It seems like yesterday, where I felt like their website was a very low rate version of their product. Like, to me, their product is stellar product. But then I go to their website and I'm like, who put this together? Like, it was, pixelated pictures. The font was unclear, just not representative of who they are. That's what I mean by rebranding. You've got to put it all into place. That way, somebody who sees your brand on their mobile device, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Facebook, they know it's you because it's all cohesive. If that helps. You quit your job after 23 years, Yolanda? Went into a whole other field and I'm in my 40s. Good for you. Yeah, sometimes you just know. I mean, I love Trina Clark. Oh, cool. Possibly, Melissa. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it just felt weird. Okay, let's see where I am. No question from Edie. Just wanted to say that you were beautiful inside and out. Thank you. Oh, Janice, are you with anyone? No. And my friends, of course, asked me that last night. Shamita asked me all the time. Shamita and I are both single. No, I dated last year. I was on a couple of different dating, apps. And I'm just going to say it, and it's not to get it's not about that. I'm just going to say my friend put the age range from like 35 to 45. You guys, I'm 49 this year. And I got all like in the 30s were the only ones that were like, and I just can't, that doesn't make any sense. I need, it's like not, it wasn't, I don't know. Let's not talk about that. I'm not opposed to dating. It's just awkward. I don't like the whole online thing. What are my new adventures? From Becky. Okay, Becky. Definitely the coaching. I need to start doing. I'm going to be recording for courses that will be offered. I'm going to be offering a course on brand strategy. And I'm going to start video recording. I've never done that before either. Not that I haven't video recorded. I just mean I've never put together a course like that. And I'm going to start that next week. So I'm excited about that. I'm getting my positive psychology practitioner certificate. I'm enrolled in a class that's 12 weeks for that. Yes, Desi does offer me 24/7 wing woman. She does. I appreciate that. She sure does. But anyway, so wait, see, I get so sidetracked. It's like something shiny and I look away. I also got a certificate over COVID and I'm just saying that because of the time, meaning I had time to do it, whereas before I was traveling an unreasonable amount, but I had time to do it. I got my mindfulness certification. So I want to get into motivational speaking. I'd love to be able to speak on stages. I'd love to inspire and encourage people. I love Gabby Bernstein. She's Soul Junkie, or I think it's called that. I love Maria Forleo. There's so many people that I admire in that space, and I would just be honored to be in that type of company or to even consider it. So starting off with coaching just seems very natural for me, and I love doing it and helping people really get, honestly, to really maximize their brand potential and get the full power out of their brand. And that's why, like yesterday, even with you guys, I was like, come up with those 3 words that are your personal brand. Live by those 3 words. Aspire to them. And it will change the way that you feel and the way that you interact during the day. And when you smile and talk and just doing those things. And like I told you, not every day is sunshine and roses for me. You know this. I mean, I've said that. It's not. I had a rough day this week. I'm just saying, when I can be here to lift people up and remind myself of who I am, then I'm going to do that. All right, so any more questions? If there's, thank you, Lisa. I wanted to tell you that I got the author copies in. I've got to figure out a way to do like a giveaway with this, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Oddly, and my mom knows this because my mom and I went through the book, page 26, and I tried to correct this in Kindle Publishing today. Let me go to page 26. But I'm going to just share this with you out of full transparency. For whatever reason, it came out blank, okay? But I don't see any reason to throw away a perfectly good book. I'm going to print out page 26 at my house. I'm going to lovingly and carefully and meticulously paste it onto the blank page 26 so that you will not be without page 26. I feel like that should be like a gossip column, page 26, right? Isn't there like page 6 or something? Anyway, my point is this. I feel awful to send, but I also feel like you'll have a one-of-a-kind book. 5 of you. 5 of you will have a one-of-a-kind. So I will paste it in here. I will print it out and I will paste it in here. Never know the difference. But anyway, my point is this. When I went on Kindle, what I did, because this is like the 3rd time that's come back, my mom knows because we went through it, and I don't understand what's wrong with page 26. So I'm making that a notes page for when I publish the book, which is next Wednesday. I decided on next Wednesday, not next Tuesday, because Des is here still. So next Wednesday it will be, which I think is the 29th. And so I made it a page with notes. So even if it's blank when somebody gets it, that was by intention. Okay, let's see. Oh, multi-level marketing. I'm not opposed to it. I think that, listen, I personally, and I've been approached for multi-level marketing, it's not my thing. And it's not my thing right now. I don't mean like right now, I just want to do coaching. But I think that 2 of my closest friends do multi-level marketing. My friend in California, she loves it. She does team meetings on Zoom. They get each other jazzed and energized. Any place that you feel like you are valued, you are appreciated, and you're helping people, to me, those are 3 important things. Feeling valued, appreciated, and you're helping people. And all of that is making you feel good. And you're selling a service or a product that enhances somebody's lives. Absolutely. If you can stand behind that product and get behind it and it means something to you, of course. I see nothing wrong with that. I say use your voice and get it out there. And I think that's perfect. So for me, it just, when I was approached, it was for skincare, but I was not willing to sign up for any kind of skincare and put my name to it because, I might have my own. We'll see. And the other one was for, it was a supplement. And it was just interesting because I'm taking a different supplement and I actually felt that the one I'm taking is better. So that's why I didn't get fully behind it. Oh, thank you, Kathy. That is such a sweet thing to say. Thank you, Lisa. I gave Desi this ring. And then my BFF Jen sent me a crystal that was supposed to be a butterfly, but it was an angel. And she was all upset about it. And I said to her, maybe I needed an angel. I'm not mad about it. I'll take angels. I'll take angels and butterflies. Sorry, my lips are parched from talking. All right, I've got a few more minutes before my friend Shamita gets here. And we're going to have leftover pizza because that's the kind of host I am. Just FYI, Nicole. If I'm your big sister, we do eat leftovers around her. I did make some fresh salads, though, that are really yummy. Oh, my salad. So I dice up those seedless English cucumbers, those little baby ones, or Persian cucumbers. Cherry tomatoes. Dice up cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, a can rinsed garbanzo beans, completely rinsed and drained. Chop up a red onion, not too much, just a little bit. Chop up Kalamata olives. It's for the salt. I like cilantro, but I know there are haters. But you can either use cilantro or parsley. Chop up some cilantro or parsley. And squeeze some lemon juice over it. And it is so refreshing and so good. And if you want, you can add feta cheese. I don't put it in the mixture, though, because I don't like it to get all mushy. So I just set that to the side. But it's a great summer salad that's very refreshing. Of course you do, Nicole. Desi, can you bring me an ice pop? Let me text her. She's in the other room. Like, my house is so huge. Let me ask her to bring me an ice pop. Can you kindly please bring me an ice pop? Let's see what she says. She's in the other room. Love cilantro. See? Yeah, please send me the recipe. Ooh, first of all, I don't have an air fryer, Sissy, but I had no idea that you could put in pizza in an air fryer. Oh, yeah. You know, Kathy, about the roasted garbanzo beans, I do want to do that. 100%. Oh, you guys. I hear the freezer opening, I feel like. No, Lisa Schultz, and I was invited, if you can believe that. When I was at QVC, Tony Robbins invited me to a weekend. But guess what, Lisa Schultz? I was working. I was working, so I couldn't go. I literally got a personal invite from the one and only. That's what I mean. I had a blessed job. There is no question. But I would love to go. Have you? Have you been? Desi, are you getting it?
Of course.
Do you guys want to say hi to Desiree? Just hi! Oh my God, you're wearing yellow, so we're twins.
Of course. Hi.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Can you guys see her? You look so beautiful! Lisa used to work for Tony Robbins. Okay, you guys, look. Oh. Skinny freezer. Desi got me orange berry mimosa. Let me show it to you again. Because I'm going to tell you, I can't go jump right back on and answer comments. I will later, but Shamita's coming at 6. Get in touch with him now. I know, I wish I could. I don't have his info, Colleen. I would love to. Dan says hi. Bev says hi. Nicole says hi. Elizabeth, we got these at Kroger, which is the grocery store here. But apparently they sell them at Costco. You guys. These are so good, and they come in a variety pack. Desi!
What?
Sissy said that we look like sisters. I'm so flattered.
Oh, you're the pretty sister, and the smart sister, and the fun sister.
You guys.
And by the way, I'm watching on the front porch.
She said she's watching on the front porch. Oh, you know what Desi says about Buckhead, because we drove around a little bit today? She's like obsessed with the houses. Remember I gave you guys that house tour of my street? She said, and remember I said, like, I love it here because all the houses are different? Desiree was like, Desi, don't you love the houses here?
Yes, but I don't know if I drive here.
Yeah, the drivers are terrible. We're all bad. I'm lumping myself into that. We almost got hit like 3 times today. But all the houses here are different. Every one. They're so amazing. Well, Elizabeth, there are other places too. Google it. It's called Skinny Freezer. There's a bunch of stores it's at. I was just naming 2 off the top of my head. I can't remember I really can't remember, you guys, but it was a bunch of different stores. So I just might not be saying your store. Skinny freezers. Would I ever go back? Well, the one I miss the most is my bestie, Jen, because honestly, she was the calm in my storm. She still is. And Alan Burke, he was the head of beauty, and he's the one that basically offered me my own beauty show. He's also a mentor. I'm forever grateful to him. So those are the two. And would I ever go back to be a vendor? I would never say never, Lisa, because I've learned that I've done that before. And again, as I get older, I learn these things. So I just never say never, you know? Right now, it's not in my plans, but keep an open mind. Thank you, Colleen. I will tell you that right at this moment, I am so super happy now because I have company. And I said to her, all three of us need you here. And she's like, all three of you, Des, last night when I picked her up. And I was like, yeah, me, Minka, and Sydney. We're on each other's every last nerve. So we just, this is great. All right, you guys. I'm going to go so I can serve my guest a divine meal of reheated pizza. Oh, I do love Laura Geller, and guests, yes. Oh my gosh, Nicole. Love Laura Geller, love Dr. Dinesh, love Mally. Oh my God, love Josie Moran. Amazing people. Yes. I love Laura so much, and she is so funny and down to earth. And we had a lot of good times together. And she's amazing. I loved her so much. All right, you guys. I hope I answered your questions. I was trying to be as honest as possible. I don't know if it gets me in trouble or not. It very well could. But listen, thank you so much for being here and even just having an interest. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you more about this live at 5 tomorrow too, but as long as you don't mind, it's just going to have a pasted in cover and, a page. But listen, have a great night. You guys, thank you so much for being here and being so sweet with all your awesome questions.